Hello, friends. This is E. Giuliano, and it is a Wednesday. It's the 16th of February, 2022, and this is for the Pirate Chain price chart, RBTC. Yeah, we're going to take a look at see what's going on. Pirate Chain has moving on up. Let us check a look. We can see potentially a new cycle beginning to form. Well, let's find out. All right. And we'll only be able to do that by sticking around here or wherever you're watching from. You don't have to watch this, but you're here watching this. So I thank you for that. Hit the like button, make any comments you like, and just take a moment here. We're going to orient ourselves. In fact, I'm going to load us a chart here. We're going to save this chart and we're going to call it the RBTC, newest of cycles, because we are reaching some milestones in a certain way to show potential turning around after this significant move up, significant move down. Are we moving towards this next cycle now? Has this action here been in some fractal sense on a smaller level, a completionary aspect movement? And the idea is this a little deviation? And then we're going to be reclaiming this level. So let's jump into that. In terms of indicators, we are at the upper end. This is a daily price chart. So yes, we're at the upper end. And that also allows for either a turning around slowly and consolidating, or one more push up before turning around and consolidating. But that's the general sense. Either way, it doesn't feel like we're turning around to make lower lows, but of course, it's a Bitcoin price chart and I could be eating my words hard. All right, we still have this uptrending support line here, but we broke out of these downtrending resistance lines. So first was with this little mini fractal aspect, okay? And now we are doing it also with, a little bit more of just the first two wicks, and following that, the light white one followed these three wicks. And so I like this action here, breaking out of that one and really confirming with this up thrust, just a breach of this whole action here. So we're going to get rid of both of those in our chart. What else do we have? So I talked about this little deviating price action here. It's created because of these previous support level here, and by going down, we went above back into this level, but you played around there underneath and stayed down below. It doesn't necessarily, we broke hard above it, so we'll see if it can behave as support. But at some point, it doesn't have to be that exact line, but it get the sense that this zone will be found as support, whether it's some sort of move down here with the price action, okay, or whether it's first up and then down to these levels up here and then down. And so what are we watching? We are watching this thing right here, 200-day moving average as it comes down. So as it comes down this way, let's just imagine it sloping down. It comes to this boxy area here. All right, so let's make this box the brown and orange on the outside, brown on the inside. There we go. Okay, so this box here is where we're going to wait for this 200 moving average to come down. Also, interestingly, if we remove those, we see the cloud here giving us some opportunity, starting to twist, is narrow, whatever that means, but it's twisting towards a green cloud potentially. the narrowing might expand, I guess is what I meant. And from there, we're pushing up towards this 200-day moving average. So either it's going to act, as resistance, or it's going to first be broken through, and then it's going to be tested for support. Let us take these out. Let's take this out. And basically, yeah, the move down here is not very violent yet, so it doesn't seem like it's going to be breaking down really. And so here we get a closer look at that deviation in the price to the lower side each time. And yeah, we might not, we're looking to not come back down here. We're looking to, regardless, hold this level here, which fits with this zone here, right? So we're looking to hold that level. And we have the Ichimoku cloud for the support, and we're looking to see what happens with the 200 period moving average. And that's basically it. Here's the 20 period average. So they are going to cross at some point, and we're looking for the price to remain favorably above. And at that point, we're looking to eventually breach into this 5,000 Satoshi level effectively and hold that. But it might take some time, you know, the consolidation of the 200 and the 20 and the price to find its level of next support, you know, it might need to do something in this range here, maybe even in this range, or just in this range before it can do something else higher up. So that's where we're going, and that's into March, April, May. Okay, May is starting here really. Okay, so March, April, next couple of months is a potential consolidation time. We're going to really see what the strength is of the price chart, though. If it goes up higher first to those 500 levels, goes up higher and then comes down, that'll be a nice pop. So, and that is possible if you're going to build some, let's say, bearish divergence as well, you know, where price goes higher and the RSI doesn't, same thing. Well, we're not there yet for a MACD. So who knows? I don't know. Doesn't really matter. I just am liking where the price action is at this point. Yeah. All right. So that's cool. Let's see how it interacts with the 200 period average. And this cloud, it really starts the beginning of this box area, which is beginning of March. So, and now we are, yeah, that's about 10 days away from the end of February. So, and March 1st is here. So there you go, 4th of 5th of March. Okay, so those are your general ideas of time. Now, I wanted to show something to you as well, which might have further considerations, and then we can go to a lower time frame. First, on the weekly, if the price is going to touch here, that's like a wick maybe above, or we're starting to push these Bollinger Bands. And I don't know if that's the case yet. I think as this Bollinger Band comes down, price is kind of constricted by it. I see price kind of consolidating. You also have this 20 week moving average. So I don't see why the price can't hang around this zone here for a week or two. No problem. I guess 3 weeks, whatever it needs to be. There might be, at that point, there might be spikes, you know, on a daily. What would that look like? At that point, that might look like spikes going somewhere. But with Pirate Chain, when it moves, it's like it's going. So it's either going to these levels or not. Even with a one single, you know, push up, and then that ends it for a little while, or we'll see what it ends up looking like. You know, on the weekly, yeah, again, maybe it is like a green candle or even a red candle with a spike up, but that's a pretty toppy candle if you're going to have that type of a length, right? So we'll see what it ends up looking like. Again, just the general idea of this zone being decent as you have the 20-week moving average. So yeah, this is a good area to be for the next 4 to 8 weeks. But here's the beauty thing, is that you are getting some positive momentum. So yeah, you know what? You might actually get your moves into a higher territory, or it's just going to, most of the positive momentum was in the beforehand here. Well, it's really all in 1 week. So that's the other thing. It's mainly in this single week. So are we going to get a follow through or not? We'll see. Yeah, that's the interesting part, because when we get a push up, but how much is it going to be? You know what? I think on a weekly frame, that would be 21st of February, and then you're already into that 7th of March. So, in 2 to 3 weeks, yeah, you could definitely be seeing the price action favorably, really pushing to a higher level. Well, we'll see what ends up happening. It might decide, in fact, to mess with everybody and come back down towards the uptrending sloping action, and then from there go. But the way that it's looking, it's like probably more likely to go higher before coming lower, or just hanging out in this zone first and then going higher. Yeah, just only makes sense. Although that's what this is about here in the MACD area, where it could hang out here and then go lower before going higher. And where's that price going to be in this point? Oof. So then we go here to the monthly, and this is what I wanted to show you, is the 20-month moving average. So again, we're just pushing up against it. So question is, does the price want to move up above first and then come back down on it? Or is the price going to take a breather and maybe middle itself here? And it would be really nice. We'll see what March looks like, but it seems like March could be another green month. So I'm going to guess that there's a good chance of in March challenging those levels. That's just the overall sense I'm getting. Otherwise, we know that March is going to be kind of sideways and down. At this point, there's a good opportunity to challenge the higher prices here, especially on the weekly, with the potential positive momentum, even for at least 1 or 2 more weeks. So we'll see what that amounts to, though, here in terms of what the price action actually does. Anyway, that's just an update on the pirate chain that I felt like providing here, because even just for myself, I want to look at the chart more in depth. And even go into the 4-hour just to get a sense of it. I haven't really drawn many trend lines or anything. So we're going to come and just watch it a bit more closely over these next couple of weeks to see when it starts breaking down, if at all. Otherwise, we're going to expect it to keep going higher. Let's just do a trend line here. Yeah, so we're just breaking this trend line just now, right here. And so we can get another push. I don't see why not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Unless, unless we get a dump within this next day or two that goes below the 3,000 level, then we might be really sinking towards this lower end of the cloud here and into this zone here again. But that doesn't give us the sense that that's what it's going to do. We use that again, that trend line. It's like, yeah, you can count 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As this one also, oops. So that's the thing. Can you though? I mean, not yet. 0 to 2, 2 to 4. If that's the case, then yeah, then you're going to be here for a while. But here on the 4-hour, you have the cloud. So, oftentimes you go up, and then when it's weak, it comes down through this aspect of the cloud here, this part. But in this case, Okay, we're breaking down across this trend line, and we've got this cloud here. The Bollinger Band is consolidating as well, and now currently below the 20 period of the 4 hours, so like 80 hour. And yeah, let's see if it gets rejected here after falling below it, rejected, comes down. Let's see if it can get some support and can go higher. That'll be quite interesting. And that means that this might be just like a 1 and a 2 type of a wave, either on a zigzag up or on a bigger 5 move up. So that'll be quite interesting. In which case, you know, you definitely, yeah. Anyway, we're coming to get these levels. You know, this is where a lot of treasure is going to show itself as soon as these levels get broken. And then it's going to be an interesting time when we're up in these levels. But that's the buyer chain price chart. It's looking good overall, I would say. I don't see why not. Even, you know, indicators like this seem pretty good. You know, looks like it could turn positive again and just keep maybe going even bigger. Let's see, maybe it sustains some sort of bigger move. But again, I think at some point you'll be building the bearish divergence, and that's fine. You'll be coming down. So again, that gives more argument for, yeah, the price maybe going up here and then coming back down or something like that. We'll see. You know, who knows how long on a weekly time frame? I don't know how long does it need to hang out here, the price, before going higher. With pirate chain, if it goes something like this, like we're really talking here about, then you're really talking about something special. Otherwise, we'll see what kind of course it takes against the BTC price. That's what this is. This is the BTC price chart, not the dollar price chart, right? But anyway, it's looking good here on the weekly and on the daily and the 4 hourly, and let's see how it goes. You know, none of this financial advice, none of this is certain. It's either down, kind of sideways, or up, and then probably consolidate wherever you can and see what happens. Okay, that's it for now. This is the ARRR BTC price chart. We're going to save it up, and until next time, I think I am done here. That's right. Wishing you very well, all kinds of love, peace, happiness. That's right. Until next time, goodbye.